Hey guys, this is the Bixpy N-1 motor. Unlike any Bixpy you've ever seen before, as you can tell, it's a larger motor, it's got a prop, it looks like a tiller control outboard, and that's because it is an electric outboard. It is a 1200 watt motor. Gives it a rating of about 3 horsepower gas equivalent. Now, this is the battery here. It's a self-contained all-in-one unit. Of course, extra batteries are going to be available, so that way if you are on a sailboat and you want to make sure you have 2 batteries just in case of charge times, things like that, that's always an option. For run times, at 100% throttle on a water vessel the size of a John boat, it gives you a operational time of just over an hour and about 7 miles, they say, at full throttle. At 5% throttle, it gives you an operational time of 20 hours and about 40 miles of distance coverage. Of course, wind, current conditions, things like that are variables that you always have to take into account as you deal with being on the water. But it's obviously a very powerful motor, 1200 watts. Torque is going to be instantaneous, very responsive. I already know that's just the nature of electric motors when you're talking high torque motors like this. So I can't wait to get out there. As you can see, it's rough conditions out. So Bixpy sent me to test this out. This motor's not out yet at the time I'm filming this video, so I'm going to give them some good feedback on some rough conditions. Let's get out there. So cruising with the new Bixpy N-1 motor. So I've been on the water for a little bit now, about 20-30 minutes. I've done some throttle testing, opened it up, all that. Very responsive. High torque, 1200 watt motor, instant power, okay? So this is a great option for a vessel like this. I'm on a L4 in a skiff mode, if you will. Again, great motor for that. Also other small boats, John boats, dinghies. And the fact that it's quiet, right? Like, I didn't bring any fishing poles today because I just wanted to test the motor, right? And not be distracted by fishing. And of course, I'm seeing schools of reds out here and all that, and I'm getting right up on them because, you know, I don't have a loud gas motor. You know, when I was running it in a lower setting like this and there wasn't a lot of hull slap and stuff, I mean, I'm right on top of these schools and they're spooking. So, you know, ain't that how it is when you don't bring a rod? But that just goes to show the quiet operation of the Bixpy N-1 motor. And again, with all the power and thrust, big old mullet, something's chasing it. With all the power and the thrust that it has to offer. Again, here, let me just show you. You know, I'm cruising, I'm sitting a little forward, so I can't quite see the screen and the power setting right now, but we'll go ahead and just give it an instant throttle boost. As you see, kicks right up into an upper speed, almost instantaneous. So that torque from that motor is very, very good, very responsive. Oh man, literally right on top of another school. Jeez Louise, just saw him tailing off the tip of the boat. Oh, should have brought my rod. But no, great day out here on the water, just enjoying the nature, the beauty, being outside. Storms had passed over. We had to wait for that to happen. The motor is IPX67 waterproof rated also. Ask me how I know, because Bixpy told me, and the fact that it got rained on while we were waiting to launch. So yeah, great day. Just we're heading out to the beach here, out here in the Shell Key Preserve area right now. It's high tide, so that's why there's all this fish activity. The fish are just flooded in here, and I wish I brought a pole. But let's go see what's on the beach. Big thank you to Bixpy for sending this out before its release so we could test it, evaluate it, give them some feedback, and show you when it launches. Now this is unlike any Bixpy motor we've ever had before. We traditionally know the Bixpys to be small, versatile motors for kayaks, paddleboards, small boats. But Bixpy really stepped up into the electric outboard game with this unit. As you can see, it's a traditional tiller style outboard, and it's 1200 watts of power, make it equivalent to a 3 horsepower gas motor. It has a built-in battery, as you see here, so the system is still very portable. The handle can actually go completely vertical, so the entire package can stow in a very compact form. Then you would mount the battery, slide it back on, it clicks in, and the 2 control cords from the system here, they're just 1/4-inch turns. They simply push right in to a 1/4-inch lock on the control power head, and there you go. You'd be ready to run. Magnetic safety switch, of course, and then traditional operation of, you know, right to left for forward or reverse, just like any electric trolling motor or gas outboard that you might have used before. I used this motor when I tested it on the Live L4 paddleboard that was in a skiff configuration. Performed very well. Actually got that board a little bit on plane, and I'm not a light guy, so that just shows you the power of this motor, the instant thrust, making it a serious competitor in this electric outboard market, because there are options to choose from these days. We as consumers have, you know, a couple options. Now, one of the benefits I think of this unit over some of the other options is it has the self-contained battery. So, you know, not having the the extension cord to go to another battery box or anything like that. So if you're in a small craft like I was on the L4, and that's what I noticed, because I do have other electric motors that I use, and you know, there's always a cord going to a battery, even my Bixpy motors. Now this was all self-contained, so it was one less thing in the way. That was ideal. I could see this being ideal for those who maybe live on a sailboat or something and want to use this as their tendercraft motor. Again, less things to get in the way of, you know, having to mount a electric motor, then another battery box. It's all one unit, and you could carry it as one unit, just like this as well. You know, they don't have to be carried separately. It could be assembled and be carried. So those are some of the benefits that I noticed for this unit compared to some other ones, because again, power wise, there are other models that are in this class. So as you go and make the right choice for you of the Bixpy N1 versus a different model, just keep that in mind. You have maybe other batteries and things like that to tend with. Back to the performance of the N1. Again, it performed well. I found no negatives, and that's my honest feedback. It gave good power, instant torque. It didn't get clogged up in weeds. You know, that's probably my only criticism of the traditional Bixpy motor, you know, the J1, J2, K1 motors, is that jet propulsion. If you're in an area with a lot of weeds, it could clog easy just because of the small confinement of the space. And that's why some areas that I'd go to, I would use a trolling motor, a traditional prop trolling motor over my Bixpy motor, just because of that reason. Now with this, I actually did operate in one of those areas where there was a lot of seagrass, and I did that for a reason. I wanted to see, is this motor gonna get, you know, clogged up with all the loose debris that was in that area? And you know, it didn't. Just like any other prop outboard, you know, or gas motor equivalent of this power, no problem. So again, this motor performed very well. I thank Bixpy for the opportunity to showcase this motor. I hope to collaborate with them with this motor in the future and maybe bring you more operational content with it. Thank you, Bixpy. And if you're interested in the N1 motor, go to bixpy.com and check it out. Check our descriptions and link tree. There will be a affiliate link if you want to help out the channel. It's greatly appreciated.